Good afternoon or evening. Welcome into the Capital Center. Doubleheader action for you here on the Capital Sports Network presented by Flow Sports. Jimmy Bloomfield joined by Mike Andrasic today, and we've got two good ones. It's going to start with the women's game against Case Western Reserve, and then right after this one, about 30 minutes after the conclusion of it, we will, I think, have a new broadcast pop up, and then the men's team will take on the Denison Big Red out of the NCAC in Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. So thank you for joining us today and throughout the night. It's going to be a fun few hours of basketball here at the Capital Center. This is a rematch of a game last year that Capital won against Case Western 51-40. Both teams undefeated. Spartans are 3-0. The Comets are 2-0. So there's that for both teams to keep playing for. And for Case Western, a team that's bringing back their three leading scorers. For the Comets, of course, they have our superstar center, Samari Perkins, and a lot of returning players around her, but obviously the loss of Bree O'Connor and Lainey Murphy from the program. It's a little bit of a different matchup today between these two teams. But as far as Case Western's concerned, Mike, they've got their leading scorer from last year's game, Maya Harches. She had scored 18 points against us last time out. Their three top leading scorers from last season. So, this is kind of a next year in their development here to kind of see if Case Western takes that next step on their side.
Good. It's gonna be interesting to see, especially like Case Western, as you said, they returned three of their top players, and Capital with kind of a newer look. How can Case Western keep building momentum off their success early on in the season, and how can Capital limit their damage on their, like you said, kind of this brand new squad, still trying to get their feet wet. But overall, I mean, like you said, both teams are undefeated, so I think it's going to turn out to be a good one, just like it was last year.
It's been a good start to the season on both sides. Samari Perkins is the story for the Comets, of course. Now she's back-to-back OAC Players of the Week for her. Double-doubles in both games to start the season. She's a walking double-double normally. But this is year 4 for Samari. She was kind of thrusted into the starting lineup her freshman year due to injury in Game 1. She was probably going to be a part of that rotation. We don't know because 2 minutes in to, I believe it was Jackie Berkwin's season, she went down with or Sydney Berkwin. She ended up with an ACL tear. So 2 minutes into her freshman year, first game, Samari Perkins thrown into the lineup. She's been in the starting lineup ever since. She's been a phenomenal player for this program.
Yeah, for all the right reasons.
And she's killing it to start the year. She's got, like we said, 2 double-doubles, 24.5 points per game in last game. Getting it done at the free throw line, Mike, that's a new thing, I think, for Samari. Not that she's been a bad free throw shooter in the past, but set the program record for most free throws made in a game in that last timeout. So what part of their game is there really left for her to work on? We even saw her take a 3 and make it in Game 2. So she's seemed to work on everything in the offseason. She plays volleyball here at the school as well.
She's an overall impressive.
So, what is the key for this Capital team? As we're continuing to look at this year, you said it's kind of a new look. It is. There's some returning players: Kendall Spring, Kaya Jordan, Ellis is a junior. I mean, they're all here, but they all have very elevated roles from what they're used to. So maybe that's something to keep an eye on today.
For sure. On top of that, I think they just need to keep building on their home momentum. They've had 2 games under their belt, both been home, and if you look at their schedule, their first 5 games are all home. So they're in a perfect spot to have a great start to the season. Getting comfortable in their home arena and keeping that home court strong will be their key. And to keep their momentum, they're undefeated, 2-0. It's just a matter of keeping the ball rolling.
Let's have one critique now of the team. 28 turnovers their last game against Franklin. They were able to get the win in large part to a huge streak of both advantage on the rebounding department, 33-18. And again, they attempted 28 free throws in the game, but they had 28 turnovers. Samari herself had 10. Kaya Jordan had 7, to point out a few players there. Yeah. But, I mean, how do we clean that up today?
It's going to be a key for sure to limit the turnovers, because if you look at Case Western, they make teams pay for turnovers. They're averaging almost 20 points off turnovers against teams. And it's for Capital, I think it's just being simple. You don't got to do too much. You don't got to make the full court pass. Like, you just need to stick to the fundamentals and just keep playing their brand of basketball. They know how to succeed. They know what they need to do, and it's just keeping it clean.
Case has 10.3 steals per game, 16.7 points off turnovers. They're +3 per game in the turnover department, and they are blowing out teams. 68-47 is their average score through 3 games. And we mentioned a couple of their leading scorers. We mentioned Maya Harchis. She's shooting 50% from 3, 6 for 11 on the year. How about Emily Plachta? She's shooting 11 for 23, 47% from 3 on the year. Those are their 2 big scorers, 19.7 points per game for Plachta. For Harchis, 14.7 points per game for her. And again, Harchis had a big game the first time she scored 18 of the 40 points that Case scored against the Comets. So those are your 2 players to watch on the perimeter for the Spartans. We are closing in our national anthem here in the arena, so we'll back out for that. Come back to the broadcast booth with the starting lineups and a good matchup between 2 undefeated teams here at the Capitol Center. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, to honor America, we invite you to rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome back to the broadcast booth here at the Capitol Center. You're listening to the Capitol Sports Network presented by Flow Sports. Jimmy Bloomfield and Mike Andrasic with you tonight. And we've got 2 ones coming your way. First up is the women's game. And again, it's the 3-0 Case Western Spartans, led by 19th year head coach Jennifer Reimer, assisted by Brooke Beecher and Madison Gutierrez. Their lineup, starting with the backcourt, will be the 5'9" senior guard out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Maya Roberts, the 5'5" junior guard out of Grafton, Wisconsin, Maya Harchis, and the 5'7" junior guard out of Los Angeles, California, Jordan Call. Their front court is the 5'9" forward out of Huntington, New York, senior Emily Plachta, and the 6-foot junior out of Pittsburgh, PA, Maura Shore. Comets are 2-0 coming into this one. Camille McPherson in her 5th season leading the Comets. She's assisted by Skylar Fenimore and Jason Bubba Wright. For the backcourt for the Comets, it's the 5'4" junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Kendall Spreen. 5'6" sophomore guard out of Gahanna, Ohio, Kaya Jordan. And the 5'8" freshman out of Kent, Ohio, Julia Nash. In the front court, 6-foot junior forward out of Pickerington, Ohio, Tahira Ellis. and the 5'9" senior forward out of Pittsburgh, Samari Perkins. Interesting, you have Perkins out of PA on our side at the 5, Maura Shore on the other side out of Pittsburgh, PA on the 5 as well. They're 1 year apart, but would be curious to know if they've crossed paths in their high school careers. Probably did. And so that's an interesting storyline of this one as well. It's the same starting 5 for the Comets that we've seen, as they're 2-0, so why change it? And Samari Perkins, the player to watch on our side, and on their side, Emily Plachta, the 5'9" forward. She shoots 54% from 3. She shot 29% from 3 last year, so having a big improvement there. Obviously, she won't keep that up the entire season, but she's off to a great start. It'll be Shore and Ellis to take the tip. Slap forward by Ellis out of bounds, so Case will get the first crack at the possession tonight. Comets in their home grays and all blue road uniforms for Case Western. Will be brought across the timeline by Maya Harchis. She goes to the top of the key to Shore. Up at the top of your screen, Plachta. Around his screen, receiving the pass, Jordan Call. They continue to cycle it around the outside. 14 to shoot. Harchis punch out to the top of the key. Wild layup by Plachta, no good. And who else but the rebound for Perkins. Kaya bringing it up on our end now, top of the key to Tahira Ellis. Rocking the long one-leg sleeve. On the right wing, Nash goes to the back to Ellis, top of the key. Kick out, screen for 3. No good. Bounced around the rim a few times. And now Harchis with the rebound, pushing the tempo the other way. This was a low-scoring matchup between them last year, 51-40, but it was because of some inefficiency on both sides shooting. The Comets made 2 threes in 29 attempts, but still got the win in that game. Another jump shot from the mid-range, no good. Offensive rebound, also no good. On the putback was Shore. Kick out for 3 now, no good, left short. Ellis got the first piece of it, knocked out of bounds by Case. I mentioned the inefficiency of offense, and that sequence right on cue. A couple of missed shots there from Case Western. But Case averaging over 65 points per game this season. The Comets in the low 60s. 3-ball from Spreen, no good again. And it's starting to shape up like that matchup from last year already. Good defenses on both sides, and there's the travel from Jordan Call.
I feel like both games since the start of the year, they've been off to a pretty slow start overall.
Had the flaming hot second quarter against Franklin. They shot 10 for 10 from the field, including 6 threes, but the rest of the game pretty inefficient for the Comets. Overall this season, shooting just 32%. Into the corner. This is Julia Nash with it. Nash spin move. Nothing there. Has to go to the top of the key, back to Kendall. No options for her. Ellis skip pass. Kaya Jordan throws one up. No good. Perkins grabs the offensive rebound. There's a double team. So Jordan will reset now. Couple of ball fakes, gets the screen from Ellis, drives baseline, and knocked out of bounds. This Case defense has been really good.
That's been their strongest asset so far this whole year. I mean, they're only letting teams score about 47 points per game.
Spreen at the top of the key, no good from 3. Rebound collected by Maya Roberts the other way. Another Pittsburgh area player. Now a 3-ball on this side from Case, no good from Emily Plachta. Long rebound, and Maya Roberts wins the battle again. So back-to-back rebounds for Roberts. Now goes one-on-one against Julia Nash into the body of Perkins. Tough finish. And our first points of the game finally at the 7:18 mark. Left to play in the first quarter. A little over 2.5 minutes in. Perkins for the answer. No good. Offensive rebound and the putback.
What a finish. She's just so physical down there. It's like, it's her bread and butter.
You would think she's undersized as well at 5'9", but she's able to use her body and find ways to score anyway.
She's so physical. That's why I feel like she goes to the line so much, because she goes up for the putback almost every time. It's almost guaranteed.
Walked across the floor by Kaya Jordan now. Fresh shot clock to work with. She's been working on the 3-ball and knocks it down in the corner.
There it is.
I It's hard to find a weakness in Samari's game. She was not much of a three-point shooter last season, but obviously adding that element to the game. 3 ball on this end from a stretch 4. Emily Plachta, no good. Comets on a 5-0 run. It's been all Perkins on back-to-back possessions. Spreen now goes top of the key to Nash. 2-3 zone look from Case, trying to attack the middle of it. And a errant pass picked up by Harchis. She drives into the paint. Turnaround jump shot, gets the spin.
You know, we talked about it before the game. You know, Capital's going to have to limit those turnovers, and I already see a lot of those long passes already, and I'm sure Coach McPherson is getting a little frustrated, but
Nice two-man game there. Ellis couldn't get the finish on the feed from Spreen. Transition defense. Comets able to stop the run. Case will settle into a half-court look. They're going to empty the bench here with the next substitutions. Roberts, top of the key, goes left wing to Harchis. Fakes to the right, drives left side, layup, good. And Case reclaims the lead, 6-5. 5:27 to play, closing in on that media timeout. New this year, at the under 5 minutes first stoppage each quarter, we'll see a timeout from the media, if you will. Perkins gets fouled and goes to the line, something we'll say a lot today probably. Set the record in program history, knocking down 16 free throws in the last game against Franklin. Tahira Ellis will be replaced by the 5'8 junior out of Youngstown, Ohio, Olivia Rouser. And I believe that was Izzy Rodriguez. Yep, checking in for Julia Nash, Izzy, 5'6 guard out of Parma Heights, Ohio, a junior. First free throw from Perkins is good. Taylor Angelski checking in for Case. And the other sub would be Biz Watson, another player out of Pittsburgh. So a lot of Cleveland, not a lot of Cleveland area on the roster. They went a state over and poached a few talented players from Pittsburgh, it seems. Plachta, top of the key, handoff to Harchis. Gets the ball back from Call. Here's one of the fresh post players, Watson, going to work against Perkins. Straight up, good defense. Kick out, 3 ball, no good from Angelski. Rouser gets the rebound. Spreen pushing tempo, has a good look at the basket, spins it in. 8-6 Comets. 4:38 to play. Harchis keeping the tempo up. A lot of tempo to this game. We haven't seen a lot of offense result from it. Couple of fakes there. Now Watson dribbles it over, passes it to Call. Offensive rebound off the miss. Plachta feeds it to Angelski, and now another travel from Jordan Call. Looked like the first one. That's going to be your media timeout. Lauren Ludwig will check in. She's a sophomore out of Dublin, and she'll get her first playing time for the Spartans. Media timeout. We'll be back in about 30 seconds here on the Capital Sports Network. .418 to play. 8-6 Comets in front in the early going. It's been a inefficient day so far. Case at 3 for 11 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. Comets 3 for 9 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. Perkins trying to go into the low post. Rouser saves it. Perkins goes into the scorer's table. Goodness gracious. She's okay. I don't know if she broke the table or not there.
Well, Samari is as aggressive as a player can get.
Can see I think those tables are connected to one another, and there they got them to go. It looked like it was bent for a second.
Yeah, somebody check that table. Don't check on Samari. She's fine.
Check on our sports information department as well. Probably seeing their light flash before their eyes there. See those players dive into the table at the NBA level even. Another travel. I don't know why Case keeps
getting a little happy feet.
Yeah, just not settling down when that pass is received. It's been the same traveling violation now 3 times, and Coach Reimer's having a discussion with the officials about it, but they've been consistent with how they're refereeing that. 3.5 minutes to go. That's the 4th turnover for Case. We mentioned they're the team that's usually better at managing those turnovers. In the early going, too many traveling calls. Perkins for 3 again. No good. And long rebound. It's Maura Shore who's got it. Shore goes right into Perkins now and spins around her and puts it in.
What a move.
That was
a
nice.
spin move.
I liked it. Showing off the coast-to-coast dribbling ability as well. Now a spin cycle from Kaya Jordan, tiptoeing the baseline. Extra pass to Rouser. Right back to Kendall Spreen. Bounce pass over to Perkins on the left elbow. Here's Kaya now driving, fading away from the help side defense. Rebound collected by Lauren Ludwig. Ludwig brings it across. Over to Harchis, who's played every minute of this one so far. Got the switch onto Perkins. They switch back on the Capital defensive side. 3 ball. Wow, that traveled quite a bit here from Angelski and missed. Izzy Rodriguez might have been able to take a approach at the basket, but veered off to set up the half-court offense. Here's Rouser now called for the same type of traveling violation. Ellis and Nash check back in. Perkins comes off, as well as Spreen. Perkins usually doesn't get this much of a break, assuming she gets the rest of the quarter off. It might be the only 2 minutes she doesn't play tonight. They haven't had a lot of stoppages. What has any team had a foul yet? No foul, or one foul for Case. When Perkins getting the free throws. That's over and back now. 5th turnover for Case. Emmy Hutter DeMarco checking in as well for Case Western. Another, North Carolina, Pittsboro, North Carolina product. So no Samari on the floor here. We'll see if the Comets offense can get something going without her out there. Rouser looking to Ellis now. Spreen also not on the floor, so the 2 leading scorers for the Comets not out there right now. It's Rouser from the right elbow with 3 to shoot. No good. Maya Roberts gets the rebound. And she's looking to attack the basket against Rouser. Layup's no good. Gets her own miss. 3 ball coming from Plachta. No good. Ellis grabs it. Kaya Jordan running it up the floor. Jordan. Screen and roll from Rouser. Has an option up in the corner. Goes top of the key to Ellis. Nash now with 14 to shoot. Rodriguez switches to her left hand. Kick out. Wide open shooter. No good. Rebound collected by Case Western. That's Hutter DeMarco.
Both teams kind of struggling shooting the 3 ball. Case Western 0 for 7. Capital 1 for 7.
Rough. 1 for 14 combined. Not getting it done. That's why you see an 8-point quarter on each side right now, entering the final minute. Screen coming to the left of Plachta. Nothing developing there. Nice screen from Plachta, though. Wide open lane. And Case is clearly making an effort to get to the basket today. I know they have the 7 missed threes that you point out, but all 5 of their baskets have been in the paint. Now driving this way. Some physical play from Kaya Jordan.
That's a strong finish. She always does that well. She always drives the basket and at least puts a nice shot on the goal.
Kaya, a player that was a starter for this team last year, but was very much the 5th option in that starting lineup. So she's being called on to take a big step forward this year. She's averaging 7.5 points per game, as you mentioned. None of those points have come on threes. She is a slasher, likes to get to the cup, doesn't get the free throw. That's a problem for her as well. 5 for 9 from the free throw line now this season. Yeah, but this is a pretty good job of getting to the cup. Shot and game clock are virtually the same, and Cap has plenty of fouls to give. We'll see if they use them or not. It's not late in the game, so just putting pointless fouls on players, maybe not the best strategy, but if there is an option to foul to prevent a basket, you might see that here from the Comets. First personal foul goes to Julia Nash. Case on the attack. They can hold for the last shot. Plachta drives left side, and I was going to say swatted by Perkins, but she was called for the foul.
Yeah, a little too much arm there on that block.
That will be 2 shots for Plachta at the line. Plachta averaged 11.5 points per game last season. This season has made a big jump through 3 games. She is now 14 for 18 at the line. But 11 for 23 from 3 entering today, 47%. Awesome numbers there. Averaging 6.7 points or rebounds per game as well. Misses both at the line. Comets have 5 seconds to work with. Nash has to throw it up. No good. So it's a perfect 10-10 tie after 1 quarter. Pretty evenly matched up so far. Both teams struggling from the field, but they got to 10 points each. We'll see which team starts to light it up first here at the Capitol Center. We're going to step away for our timeout at the end of the quarter. It is 10-10 here from the Capitol Center. You're listening to the Capitol Sports Network presented by Flo Sports. Ten minutes on the clock for quarter number 2. 10-10 is your score. And the leading scorer for the Comets in that first quarter, number 10, Samari Perkins, had 6 points, 2 for 4 shooting, 1 for 2 from 3. The rest of the team, 2 for 11 from the field, including 0 for 6 from 3. So looking for some help for Samari. Back-to-back OAC Player of the Week recipient. She fires a missile into the corner. Kaya then sets up Kendall Spreen, and just like the Franklin game, it starts the second quarter with a 3-pointer from Kendall Spreen.
It's only a matter of time when she heats up, because when she gets going, she doesn't miss.
Maura Shore also not missing right now. She gets to the basket and gets the layup to go. Her first points of the night. Nash gets the screen from Perkins. Kendall, again, the second leading scorer on the team. She's taken 23s and has made 5 of them. So she is in line for some regression coming back her way on the good side, for sure. Pass goes inside to Short. Double team here from the Comets, and it leads to a steal. Like that aggressiveness there from Cap's defense. Spreen off to Ellis. Nash now. Perkins denied by Roberts. Roberts going to try to beat her to the basket here. And will. Oh, too strong on the layup, though, and she's hurt. Landed on her knee wrong. There's going to be a foul under the basket, and this is not good for Maya Roberts. Hopefully that's just kind of a tweaked knee. Not anything more serious for her. She landed on her right knee and immediately went to the ground grabbing at it. Went way too strong on the layup and resulted in the rebound from Emily Plachta. Roberts is putting weight on that knee, so that is a good sign. And she's being escorted off into the injury area. There's a table back there that training staff can work on her knee there. It doesn't look like anything super serious, which is the good sign.
It's always a scary sight when the athlete grabs their knee, though.
Oh, yeah, it's non-contact as well. Always a hold your breath moment. Taylor Angelski checks back in. Plachta back to the line. And a rare night for Emily. She's struggling. 0 for 4 from the field. She's 0 for 2 for layups. I'm sorry, 0 for 2 for free throws. 0 for 3 from 3. It's the first free throw to go. She's the leading scorer on this Case team. Is taking a big jump forward here in year number 2. Oh, Nash left way early. Heard some woes there from the Case Western bench. I think they had an argument, but the free throw went down anyway. Perkins trying to just get through. Sets a screen for Spreen away from the ball. Jordan goes the other way with it. Now there's Spreen in the corner. Tiptoes around the defense and lost it on the way. She was trying to get that to Perkins, and it flew out of her hand. Right to Case. Good crossover drive into the corner. Plachta for 3, no good. Perkins from behind tips it to herself for the rebound. Steals one away from Shore. Jordan into the corner. Nash for 3, no good. Perkins finds the ball. It looked like she got hit in the face. Still gets the rebound. And go up with it. Nope, bounce pass out to Spreen. Gives her a screen. Ellis will settle for a 3, no good. Spreen, long rebound. Long possession here. Usually that makes for a tired defense, especially one in a 2-3 zone. Comanci to keep going to work here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Perkins picks up her dribble over to Kaya Jordan. 4 to shoot. Jordan moving to her left. Attacks the basket. And there's going to be a shot clock violation. I think that'll be a block for Jordan Call. That is a great sequence defensively there from the Spartans. Give them their flowers there. Kaya Young will check in next for the Comets. Kind of that 8th player in the rotation right now. Coach McPherson loves to give her starters big minutes, even early in the season. Crossover dribble by Maya Harchis. Swung onto the right side of the attack. Wilson with the screen, or Watson with a screen for Plachta. They continue to work it all the way around, back to Watson. Plachta, top of your screen, 3-ball, Harchis, no good. She's also struggled. Actually, that's her first miss. She has 6 points. Jordan Call, the other player, struggling from 3, 0 for 2. She'll check out here for Mila Raziski, checking in for the first time. Sophomore out of Houston, Texas. They have players from all over. Pass goes in now to Watson. Sets the screen, extra pass, and a bad miss there from Angelski. Plachta gets the offensive rebound. Into the corner now. Good help defense, and a travel called against Raziski. I think she was not expecting Spreen to step in front of her there.
Seen a lot of travel so far.
Yeah, that's like the 5th or 6th one. Neither team has scored in over 2 minutes again. Good deny on the interior. That's Watson again. She's been busy. Now a turnover the other way as Young, showing off her athleticism, gets the steal. Young, scoop pass over to Spreen, right back to her. Kaya Young navigating traffic through the paint. Euro step, got blocked, gets her own miss, grabs the ball through the opponent's leg, and there's another travel. Man, that was a wild sequence from Young. Just kept fighting at it, got the ball in a good spot over his Spreen, and maybe Coach Reimer was onto something with some of these quick whistles on the travel. I didn't see anything too egregious there for Spreen, but I guess took a step before getting that dribble down. Nice step back from Harchis. No good on the shot attempt. That's going to be over the back all day. Kaya Jordan hit in the head from behind there by Angelski. It's the first foul of the quarter for Case Western. Rouser checks back in for Perkins again. Interesting. Smart getting a little bit more breaks. this team, the Comets, really needs Rouser to be that third post player that they can count on, as Ellis was that player last year for them. The loss of Maddie Weiland to graduation. Of course, her twin sister Kenzie got some minutes down low as well. So they are really lacking depth down there at the 4 and the 5. So having Rousers eat up a lot of those minutes would be big for this Comets team. Hunter DeMarco gets back into the game, and she will bring it up the floor. Pass over to Wilson. Wilson into Watson. Roberts into Watson. And Watson gets it done. She's been setting screens like crazy since being on the floor. This time shows that she can get it in the cup, too. Kaya Young in transition using her speed. She misses the 5-footer. Roberts, the rebound. That's quite a few for her already. 5 rebounds for Maya Roberts. Oh, Kaya Young went swinging to try to knock that away and missed. Rebound off the missed 3 now, thrown off the backboard. Same team, foul called. Rouser and Young both wanted that rebound. And that'll be the media timeout, under 5 minutes. 4:48 to play in the first half. Case 16, Capital 15. We'll be right back on the Capital Sports Network, presented by Flow Sports. (16-15) Case Western in front. Kaya Jordan passing it down low to Nash. They go up high again to Spreen on the right wing. Fake pass over to Kaya Jordan now, and Jordan throws it away. Turnovers are starting to pile up on both sides here, Mike.
Yeah, already. I mean, both teams got 8. I mean, we look at, both teams so far in the season, they've both been struggling with turnovers.
16-15, Case playing with a lead. Over to their right wing of the attack now, Mila Rosisny. She's alone in the corner, but they take a shot from the free throw line, and it kisses the ceiling on the way down. Long arcing shot there from Maura Shore. Perkins' quick breather is over. She's going to be coming in at the next stoppage. Rouser back and forth with Spreen. Kendall skip pass to Jordan for 3. That's good. That's her first made 3 of the season. That ball looked like it was moving in her hands as she shot it. Was able to catapult it in. Student section starting to fill up a little bit here for the Comets as well. The men's game coming up after this one. Estimated 7 o'clock start. Flying to the basket there was Rossini, but she doesn't get it to go. Spreen slows down the tempo here. Ellis attacking. Floater, no good. Ellis probably wants that sequence back. Here's Shore in transition. She's got some impressive leaping ability. Wasn't able to finish there. Perkins will check back in for Rouser. Quick 2-minute breather there for Samari. Big line change here from Case. Looks like their starting 5 is back on the floor for the stretch run as well. Both teams have their starting 5 out there. Ooh. Foul called on Jordan. Came over from the help side. There was some contact there. I don't know about enough to draw a whistle. 2 fouls in this half for both teams. Shore driving to the paint. Kick out to the top of your screen. Driving in is Harchis. Harchis has 6 points to lead Case today. Settles in the corner. Extra pass, 3 to shoot. Shore throws one up. And Ellis gets the rebound before the shot clock violation. Spreen sets up the offense. Perkins in a good spot down low. She's not going to miss from there. It's a good find from Tahira Ellis.
Yeah, Maya Roberts trying to front the screens. Maya Perkins doing what she does best.
Now Jordan sticks her hand up and gets a piece of that pass. Spreen confidently brings it across the timeline. Almost didn't get it to Perkins. Fires a missile over to Jordan. Jordan drives baseline and is fouled by Harchis. It's her first foul. Nyla Washington will check in now for the Comets. We'll see who it's for, as there's a timeout taken. Let's see if this is a 30 or a full 30-second timeout. So we'll just stay here. Can run through some more of these stats. Mike, 0 for 12 for Case from 3.
It's not what you want to see.
No, 8 for 30 for the game, 26%. Harchis leads them with 6 points. 4 for Roberts and Shore, 2 for Plachta, and 2 for Watson. For the Comets, they're at 32% now, 8 for 25, 3 for 12 from 3. Samari Perkins, 10 points and 6 rebounds, so only needs 4 more rebounds for a double-double again. Spreen 5, Jordan 5. So the Comets have only had 3 players score. Both teams have only seen 2 points off their bench combined. Turnovers, Comets 9 to 8. So -1 there. -5 on the boards as well, 22 to 17. Case points off turnovers, advantage 8 to 3. That has been their bread and butter this season. I'd say they've had a very strong defensive effort here. In terms of the Comets playing good defense as well, but just a lot of misses from Case. They're getting some good shots up, but just not finishing.
Both teams.
Nice move by Shore to steal that. It sounded like a foul on Jordan there. I heard skin-to-skin contact, but no foul. Shore gets the basket to go. She has 6. We're tied up again, 20 apiece. Perkins. Vicious drive to the basket. Didn't get the layup to go. More transition, pushing. Spreen gets her soccer on and kicks that away. Stops the run for now. 1:31 to play in the half. Largest lead for either team, 3 points, Mike. Here's a 3 from Call, and that missed everything. Got the bottom of the net, I guess, on the way through. Oh, they're saying it was tipped by the Comets now.
Wow. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't either, no.
I didn't at all.
We'll see who gets credit for that block. I think it was Washington in the area, but I don't think she actually got a piece of the ball. Washington is in there for Samari Perkins. So, no, Samari's out there. I'm sorry. 2 fouls for Samari. I figured she'd be the one off. It's Tahira Ellis not on the floor from the starting lineup.
Scorer's table's even confused about that call.
I think they're checking the shot clock, which was reset to 20 seconds. And I'm not sure what all that was. Keep an eye on Samari here. She's out there with 2 fouls, so she cannot pick up a third here before the end of the half. Pass goes into Shore, double team, and 3 in the key called against Shore. Gonna have to start paying rent.
That was a nice shot by Perkins, just completely staying straight up, making sure, like what you just said, making sure that she's not, committing that foul, but still playing strong defense.
And Coach McPherson always a part of that kind of new school line of thought. With you have 2 fouls on your player, you trust your player to not commit a foul. They're going to call a double dribble there in Washington. I thought that was knocked loose.
That's what it seemed like.
We
But
have
their
our
bench just jumped right to it.
Yeah.
I mean, they saw it immediately.
It didn't look right, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We have the men's game after this. I bring that up because if someone's got 2 fouls on the men's team, they're not playing the rest of that first half. Coach Damon Goodwin, very much of the old school mind with that philosophy. But McPherson trusts their players to let them run out there with those extra fouls, and sometimes they pick up that 3rd foul before the end of the half. Then you're in some big trouble for half number 2. So Samari's got to be smart here and not commit that 3rd.
Oh.
Scoop layup right into the rim. That's usually a jump ball, and Case does have the possession arrow, so I'm not sure why they're retreating because it should be their basketball here. Yep.
It's the second time I've seen that this year. Or just get lodged in the rim like that.
They do get a shot clock reset because it did hit the rim, obviously. It was stuck on the rim. So they get a shot clock reset of 20 seconds. So they have a 15-second differential shot and game clock here. Final 30 seconds of the half. 20-20 is your score. Each team with 10 points in the first and 10 points in the second. And Shore on the putback off the miss. No good. Tahira Ellis checked back in for Washington, and she's fouled. That is the 3rd foul for Case. 4th foul for Case. So next foul will send Comets to the line, if there is one in this sequence. 20 seconds left in the half. Tie game, so a chance for the Comets to take a lead in the locker room. Kaya's going to run the clock down. 10 to go, 8 to go. Skips to her left, 6 to go. Into the corner, Ellis for 3. No good. Perkins had a chance at the rebound, didn't fully get it. Neither team grabs it. And how about that? Each team scores 10 points in each of the first 2 quarters, and we're deadlocked at 20 apiece. 15 minutes on the clock for halftime. We'll be back with half number 2 here from the Capitol Center. Game 1 of our doubleheader tonight, and it's 20-20 at the break. We'll be right back from the Capitol Center on the Capitol Sports Network. All right, welcome back to the Capitol Center. Jimmy Bloomfield and Mike Andrasic with you. Game 2 reminder coming up. After this, the student section is filling up. We might have a pretty good crowd on hand for the men's game, maybe the end of this one as well. So people getting out of class and eating dinner and heading to the Capitol Center, hopefully. We have another doubleheader on Saturday at 1 and 3. It'll be the women's game first and then the men's game again. Was that Franciscan's logo, I believe, for the women's game next?
Believe
And the men play Wittenberg. I know that.
Bethany.
Bethany, that's right. My mistake. And we are set for the second half action here. Starting 5 for each team on the floor. And a backdoor cut from Julia Nash to start things off. Doesn't get the basket to go. The other way is Shore. Passed into the corner. Harchis patient. Floater in the paint. Off the backboard. No good. And this game is just continuing at the same kind of pace and tempo and inefficiency, I'll say. Both teams struggling to get a consistent flow to their offense. And a lot of it is just knocking down shots, Mike. There is some turnovers on each side, 10 and 11, but I would say this is more boiled up to just missed shots.
And both teams getting good looks. Like Capital, they're getting a lot of wide open threes. Just can't execute. Same thing with Case Western. Wow.
And both teams have made a concerted effort to get to the basket early here in the first minute of the second half, and the shots from the outside aren't falling on either side, so expect to see more attacking to the basket, maybe some more fouls here in this half.
I assume for Case Western, the talk in the locker room, I think they just boiled it down to we need to start driving the basket more. They're still sitting at 0 and 13 from beyond the arc, so that's got to tell you something.
It paints a picture, and it's not a pretty one for Case Western. Nash picks up her second foul, by the way, so Perkins and Nash each have 2. Keep an eye on that situation. Maya Roberts for Case Western with 2 fouls. She's their leading rebounder right now. Good matchup at the 5 today. Perkins has 10 points and 5 rebounds, and Shore has 8 points and 6 rebounds. Which player has the bigger second half might be the story of this one, as Perkins is fouled quite a way away from the basket there by Shore, who picks up her second foul now. Shore was the 3rd leading scorer on the team last season for Case Western. This year, averaging just 4 points per game coming into this one. She averaged 8.6 points per game last year, so she's kind of had a slow start to her season. This is her best effort so far. Ellis goes right into Shore, and a nice little post move there from Tahira Ellis. And that's the 4th player from Capital to score tonight. It's been all Spreen, Jordan, and Perkins so far. 22's up with 8:22 to play in the 3rd quarter. 3 ball, Harchis no good. Actually, that was Jordan Call no good. Coach Wright and Coach McPherson were screaming for someone to get out on that shooter. Call hasn't looked good shooting from 3. I don't mind giving her a little bit of space out there. Another foul on Harchis this time. Her second. And that's, 3 already? 2 for Case Western here in this half. Biz Watson checks back in. Says she's from Pittsburgh, PA, but went to high school in Connecticut. Jordan on the left wing. Fakes a pass to the right. Good blow by here to the cup. No good. Ellis cleans it up. No good as well. And now Ellis fouls on the rebound attempt. So that's Ellis's first.
It's a good effort by Ellis, but a little too strong on that try putback.
Each team with 2 fouls here in the 3rd quarter. 2 minutes in, so free throws might come into play. Harchis, little step back move again. She tried that earlier. And the C's part here for Plachta. That was weird. Just seemed like everybody went away.
Vacated.
And yeah, Plachta just attacks the basket because no one's down there anymore. Ellis has had the quick trigger finger here in this quarter. Perkins gets the rebound, is fouled by Biz Watson off the miss of Ellis, and I believe that's on the floor. Rouser will check in, and Coach Reimer not happy again with the call. I think she came in a bad mood today. She's not been happy since the start of this one. It was those early traveling calls, I think, that got to her already.
Those and shooting
well,
over beyond
that's
the
not
arc.
that's not a bad point by you. Rouser gets the rebound off Spreen's miss. Comets are 3 for 14 from 3. Nash with a little pro hop to the basket, no good. And how about this one from Perkins on the putback? Samari with 12 and 8. 24-24. Harchis scoop layup. Ooh, late foul called on Kaya Jordan. So that's Jordan's second. Several players playing with 2 fouls now for the Comets. Harchis started 3 for 3 from the field. They must have taken points away from her because she only has 4 now. So somehow she lost the basket when they reviewed the stats at halftime. Sometimes that happens. So she was 2 for 2 to start. Now 0 for her last 4. 5 rebounds, an assist, and a steal for the leading scorer on this Case side. Had 18 in this game last year. Kristen Bakes checking in for the first time now. She's a freshman out of Southfield, Michigan. (26-24) Case Western leads, and now they don't as Samari dumps it in. Neither team has had a quarter where they shot over 33% yet. Both teams trying to get hot. Watson gets the basket to go. Nash on the answer from 3. No good. And the rebound goes to Harchis. Case 0 for 15 from 3. 11 for 24 from 2. And getting to the line again is blocked. A lot of awkward scoop kind of layups, holding the ball low on these shot attempts, and now they're starting to get some contact from the Comets on those. Izzy will check in now for Kaya Jordan. I believe this is Plachta again at the line. It is. 6 points, 4 of those have come at the stripes, 6 rebounds. No good again. She's had a great start to the season, but some of that is evening out with a lot of misses in this one. The foul was on Nash, by the way. She picks up her 3rd and stays out there with 3 fouls, number 25 for the Comets. Kaya Jordan came out on that last substitution for Izzy Rodriguez. Nash. They have Kendall Spreen playing off the ball, probably trying to get her open for a shot. Oh boy, a lot of confusion here from the Comets attack. They go into Perkins in the paint, fakes left, goes right. Wow, that's a great finish.
When in doubt, give it to Samari.
Perkins and Spreen were not on the same page there. They were running to the same spot, running away from each other. Couldn't get together there. Rouser gets the rebound. She checked back in for Ellis. Spreen driving to the baseline. Calls for a clear out now from Perkins. Rouser, right wing now to Nash. Jab step left, fake right, back left. And tried to spin it into Rouser. It's going to stay down here. Ellis will check in now for Perkins, probably. Yes. Perkins gave a high five to the ref coming off the floor, thinking it was one of her teammates. That's funny. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Pass goes into Tahira. Now Olivia Rouser, top of your key. Rodriguez has a big matchup from Taylor Angelski. Has to kick out of it, and maybe some bad awareness of the shot clock there from the Comets. 29-28. Kaya now checks in for Nash. So I wonder if some of this is Perkins having that second foul, but she's getting more breaks than she did in the first 2 games. And they had a week off, I guess, between games, so maybe that was part of why she was able to play Perkins for more minutes, but they have got a game again on Saturday afternoon. Giving Samari some extra rest, calling on Rouser to pick up big minutes here. Rouser escorts Plachta to the basket there, but Plachta is able to get the finish. 9 points leading her team. Perkins has 16 of the 28 for the Comets, so they've got to find some points from some other bodies. Rodriguez drives baseline. No foul. I'm not even sure if that was a block by Watson or if it's going to go in the books as a turnover. Harchis, top of the key, pulls from 3. It's good. First time they've made one from outside in 16 tries.
I mean, they were bound to make one, right? You shoot enough. One's about to go in.
Coach McPherson calls the timeout to stop the run. This is something that we have not seen very often, and she is showing some real passion right now to the team to close out on those shots. Harchis, we know, can be lethal from 3 last season. She shot 36% from 3, made 53 of them. So it's something she can do. You can hear Coach McPherson over the crowd here with how loud she's talking to the players out on the floor. So we'll see what kind of effort we get out of this group from Coach McPherson, showing some emotion. I don't see that very often from her. Normally pretty level-headed.
Yeah, she's pretty mellow most of the time, but you know, when she gets frustrated, you can tell. It's very visible, and you can hear it for sure.
This is a 5-0 run for Case. They've made 4 of their last 5 from the field. Meanwhile, the Comets have made 1 of their last 6 from the field. And we're sitting here midway through the third quarter, and the Comets are sitting at 28 points. So there's definitely some urgency here for the Comets. Game is running low on time already. It's a 6-point lead for Case, which doesn't feel like a lot, but when you've only put up 28 points at this point, 6 points plays like a lot more than 6 points. Comets face their largest deficit of the game out of this timeout. See what happens. Perkins is right back in the game, by the way, for the Comets. Maybe part of the reason that timeout was called. Rodriguez stays in there in the spot of Nash. Otherwise, it's the starting 5 for the Comets on the floor. Jordan to Spreen to cut the lead in half. No good. Perkins playing volleyball with the rebound. Gets the rebound. Back to Spreen. Kendall from 3. No good. And Samari gets the rebound again. Has 3 players around her. They just cannot stop her. And they have to commit the foul to keep her from scoring. That'll be the media timeout now as both teams make their way to the bench. Samari Perkins, a beast on the boards there, that sequence. She has a double-double. We'll head to the media timeout. We'll be right back. 16 points for Samari Perkins is why that number was on my mind. 34-28 is your score. We'll be right back. (34-28), Case Western in front. The Comets haven't scored in 2 minutes, and Samari Perkins at the line trying to change that. 17 points for her. She makes the free throw. Not worried about any jinxes there. 16 for 18 at the line against Franklin. Yeah, 25 for 31 from the free throw line coming into this game, shooting 80%. But she's 2 for 4 tonight at the line, so she'll dip under 80% on the year. Still a great effort from her. Harchis from 3, no good. That was another deep pull like the last one, and almost banked in, but it did not. Now Kaya Jordan looking to attack Harchis, gets the screen from Perkins. Here's Tahira Ellis, post to post. Perkins down low, missed the backboard on the putback, or on the, not the putback, but the initial shot there, and no good. Now Harchis drives to the paint, drives back out. She could pull from here. Gets the screen, goes to the elbow. Top of the key now. Plachta has a mismatch with Rodriguez, goes to goes to post up on her. Switch now as Watson attacks Rodriguez. Ellis gets the rebound. Perkins is wide open down the floor. No one saw her. Comets will get it across the timeline and set into their half-court offense. 34-29 the score. Looking to cut this to a one-possession game. Ellis with the post move. No good. Perkins just goes and gets it and is fouled.
She just came out of nowhere.
Wow. Reaching behind her body to somehow grab that.
I think that's what being a two-sport athlete gets you.
We're seeing a lot of the volleyball type of jumps and acrobatic plays to just get to the ball. And, you know, rebounding, they say, is a lot of effort as well. And there's no doubt she puts in a lot of that. Some positioning, some effort, and a lot of hard work. And that is the definition of her game. She is upset with herself missing that free throw, though. That's her second miss in a row. 2 for 5 from the line. 17 points, 11 rebounds. Single-handedly keeping the Comets alive in this game. Misses again from the line, though. 34-29. Now from behind, Kaya Jordan punches it out. It goes right to Kendall Spreen. Otherwise, it would have ended up in the lobby, I think. Pass goes into Perkins. Maybe force-feeding it a little bit now. That's a turnover for the Comets, their 13th of the game. Jelski now gets it over to Maya Roberts. Driving on Ellis, likes the matchup. Ellis called for the foul. Her second. Maya Roberts, 4 points and 6 rebounds. Having a pretty decent game and effort in this one. She is their 4th leading scorer of the starters, has 4 points per game coming into this one. 6 for 10 at the line. It's been a struggle for her. Not good on the first. As a team at the free throw line, they shoot 72%, which is actually pretty good. 7 for 10 at the line today, so right in line with that. Free throw no good. So both teams leaving points out there at the line. Nash from 3. It's good. All right. So Julia Nash gets her first basket. 6 tries to get there, but dumps it in, and it's 34-32. The Comets showing some life offensively. Put back was actually tapped out to Ludwig, and now Perkins with the rejection of the Maya Roberts shot. Olivia Rouser will check in for Ellis now. It's a tough gig for Rouser. I think she seems to get maybe 2 or 3 minute stints out there, so you can't really get into much of a rhythm.
Right.
And
That's really hard coming off the bench.
Yeah, tough spot for her. And again, a very key player. She's that third post option. The Comets need her to be big. There's some good defense from Rouser, and Perkins cleans up the rebound off another miss from Maya Roberts. Jordan, double teamed. Over to Perkins for 3, no good. Really tried to put the legs into that one. And a good rebound. Gritty rebound from Lauren Ludwig. 1:20 to play. Watson calling for it. Actually, that is Angelski, excuse me. And that missed off the front of the rim. Case shooting under 30% now from the field in the quarter. The Comets also at 26% in the quarter. This pass is denied out of bounds.
Maya Roberts trying to front the post all game, and that's been the first time she's actually been successful at it.
Got the tap out. Top of the key now is Perkins, so keep an eye on where she breaks here with 1:02 to play in the quarter. Jordan looking to get it to Nash. A long way around, 2 screens. Julia passing it off to Perkins, back to Jordan. What are they calling here? 3 in the key on Perkins. Another turnover in the books for the Comets. 34-32. 2-for-1 opportunity here for Case if they act quickly. Top of your key, this is Biz Watson. Fakes the pass to Angelski. Goes to work against Rouser. Took about 3 steps there and gets called for the travel. Plachta will check back in. Ellis will check back in. Starting 5 for the Comets. And for Case, it's Watson, Angelski, Roberts, Plachta, and Harchis. So no Shore and no Jordan Call. Shore has 3 fouls. Nash has 3 fouls. Keep that in mind. Here is Nash. Gets the step on Plachta, who recovered nicely there to block it away. Oh, I thought that was Comet's ball, but it's going to Case Western. Case hasn't scored in 4 minutes. Capital hasn't scored in a minute and a half. And here we sit at 34-32. This is the highest scoring quarter of the game with a 14-12 advantage for Case. They've led by as much as 6, trying to reclaim a 2-possession lead. 12 seconds left in the quarter. Bounce pass to the left elbow. Face up from Watson. Crossover dribble, driving left. Ellis swats it. And Nash will try to get a shot up. She won't be able to, but big defense there from Zahira Ellis.
What a block. That's huge going into the 4th. It's huge.
Comets do not have the possession arrow, so Case will start with it. That was a chance to double dip, and they don't get anything there with the block from Ellis. We'll be back with the 4th quarter on the Capital Sports Network right after this. Ten more minutes on the clock. Final time today. We will enter the 4th quarter. And Harchis brings it across the timeline for Case. Again, trying to make it a 2-possession game. They failed at the end of the quarter. They get a chance now with Maya Roberts over to Jordan Call. Both teams have most of their starting 5 out there, I guess, as Biz Watson remains in the game for sure with her 3 fouls. 3 ball from Call is no good. Jordan Call is 0 for 5 from 3. Case is 1 for 19 from 3.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I mean, the Comets did go 2 for 29 last year against them. But we have 4 for 19 from 3 today, so already an improvement. But for the Comets, this is all, how much help is Samari going to get here in the 4th quarter? She has 17 points and 13 rebounds. She is almost single-handedly beating Case on the offensive end, at least. There's been some good team defense, I will say. That's a travel. Good whistle there. I mean, they were not missing the travels early. They're not going to miss ones like this. And how about the Comets defense? I just said they're playing really good team defense. That's a big stop at the end of the quarter. They followed up with a 45-second stand at the start of the quarter. Nash is open at the top of your screen. Jordan wanted to get it there. Good recovery from Jordan Call. Now Nash with a floater from the free throw line. And she's got 4. That's 34 points for the Comets. Everybody has scored in the starting 5 now. They have no points off their bench. Harchis, nice move. Left it short. Gets her miss. Now pass to Plachta. Spins around Perkins, who had to be careful defensively there. I guess she still has 2 fouls, so she could have potentially used one there. 36-34. Pass goes into Perkins to answer. Slides through 2 defenders. It seems like Case is afraid to body her down there. I mean, she's a big physical target. A nice finish from Harchis in response. They kind of let Samari go to the basket there, I think, though. They could have roughed her up a little bit. Biz Watson trying to front her. Here's the pass to Perkins. She goes right into the body of Watson. Bounces it between the 2 defenders, out to Kendall Spreen. Nash. Oh, denied by Jordan Call. Good defense coming around and fronting that pass. Oh, behind the back, and that did not work whatsoever from Plachta. Now Perkins is open. Bounce pass. She's able to run it down. Leaves it for Kaya Jordan, who can't finish. Getting sloppy with the high tempo on both ends. Plachta doesn't go behind the back this time, but does get a high scoop around Ellis.
Very chaotic sequence there.
Yeah, quite. The pass was a little far out in front of Samari. She left it for Jordan, who couldn't hit. Now Tahira Ellis hits a three from the top of the key. That is her second three-pointer made of the season. 2 for 10 in the game now, 1 for 3 from 3. Plachta with a 1-point lead. Going at Perkins, step back, no good, left it short. Kendall gets the rebound. Spreen's got her head up, looking to push tempo. Kick out to Nash for the lead. No good, off back iron. Rebound to Hira Ellis. Through the legs, dribble over to Spreen. Comet switch. Pass goes into Ellis, denied again by Biz Watson. Rouser checks in, as well as on the other side, Emma Hutter-DeMarco and Maura Shore being released into the wild now with 3 fouls and 6:51 left to play in the quarter. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. Let's update some stats, Mike. 41 rebounds for Case, 36 for the Comets. So -5 there. Comets have 2 more turnovers. Fast break points, this is an interesting one. 11 points for Case, none for the Comets. Points off turnovers, Case with 12, Capital with 5. Both teams shooting around 30%. The Comets are 16 for 52, 5 of 21 from 3. Case is 16 for 56, 1 of 19 from 3. 58% from the line at 7 for 12. The Comets are 2 for 7, 28.6% at the line. The majority of that is Perkins at 2 for 6. So, and this is one of those games where it's a 1-point game, both teams struggling for consistency, and it's hard to pinpoint one of the differences in the game, but this is going to be one of the Comets comb through some of the team stats and see where they could have gotten a few points here, a few points there at the end of this thing. I don't know if they're on the schedule for next year, but I think you can expect this type of game between these two teams. This is playing very similarly to last year's game. 51 points was enough to win last year. It's probably going to be enough tonight.
Maybe even less.
Jordan from under the basket with 12 on the shot clock. Goes into Nash. Nash loses it. Rouser able to pick it up. 7 to shoot. Into the corner, Jordan has time. Nash, extra pass. Spreen for the lead, no good. And the rebound collected by Jordan Call.
Capital's been exploiting that 2-3 defense that Case has been running all game, getting the wide open threes on the cross-court passes, but they just can't execute.
Perkins gets the rebound in traffic off of the miss here from Shore, who has 3 fouls for Case. Sat the first 3 minutes of the quarter. Kaya Jordan driving into a double team. Someone's open. It wasn't her, but a foul, I believe, called. Yeah, push there. It's on Biz Watson, who's, oh, she is still in the game. Thought she was checked out. Jordan, inbound pass to Perkins. Perkins on the left wing. Was, again, not on the same page with Kendall Spreen there. We've seen that a few times today. This is a very stagnant offensive sequence again from the Comets. 2 players cut through the same cut. Jordan throws it away, and Nash has to pick it up over and back.
A lot of uncertainty I'm seeing from Capital's offense.
They just, again, 2 players making that same cut at the same time down the lane that doesn't open up a pass. Spreen and Perkins have been off the same page a few times now, where they're expecting the other to do one thing and the other happens. Who's this on? Foul on Kaya Jordan.
On what?
On a reached, I guess. Ellis will check back in for Rouser. I think this is the Comets 5. We're going to see the rest of the way here. Biz Watson getting big minutes here for the Spartans down the stretch. And they're playing with a bigger lineup than they normally have out there because of the size of Ellis and Perkins. Plachta playing more of a 3 now, leaves that one short from 3. Spreen had Ellis, goes into the corner to Nash, who might have traveled there catching that. Nash goes to the left side, dribble, into traffic, tough shot, and Julia Nash gets it to go. My credit to Julia. She's been about the only one that's been aggressive enough to get to the basket here in the last part of this game in the second half. I think Plachta traveled into that shot, no good anyway. Capital leads 41-40. Nash has 5 in the second half. Perkins gives it to Jordan. See what Kaya can do here. She has 5 points. She's been sitting on that since the first half. Into the corner. Kendall for 3. Yes!
There it is.
Kendall Spreen from 3. That's the largest lead of the night for the Comets now, 44-40. Kendall has 8 points. 2 for 9 from 3. Good answer from Case. That is Emmy Hutter DeMarco. 4:27 to play. Media timeout coming. Pass inside to Perkins. Stolen away again. That fronting that you've been talking about, Mike. And then that one thrown out of bounds. Media timeout for Nuts. What are we doing here? 4:18 to play. There must have been a timeout that I'm not aware of. It should have been the media timeout, I believe. Well, we'll stay here instead, and I have no problem with that. 44-42. Keep the flow of this game going. Pass goes over to Kendall Spreen. Back out now to Kaya Jordan. Jordan goes inside, and it's going to stay down here. Maya Roberts will check in now for Case.
8 seconds to shoot for the Comets, so they're going to have to get open shot quick.
We've been in a few of these situations, Mike, and have not really gotten good shots up.
It usually ends to a shot clock violation.
See if they clean it up. Ellis behind the back,
Ooh.
crossover, doesn't open up anything. Spreen's going to have to throw one up, and a huge foul. Oh, they're going to say it's on the floor, though, I believe. It's only the second foul, so the Comets will have 1 second to do something here, and basically just lob it up to Ellis for a tip is about all. Oh, no, they got a shot clock reset, so never mind. 20 seconds to work with. Forgot about that. So Comets have plenty of time to run an offense now, and Perkins with her trademark move going to the right side of the post, but no good on the shot attempt. Competent dribbling here from Maura Shore. Right into the body of Nash, who gets in there twice, but the second time, Maura Shore wins the battle, and we're tied up again.
Shore getting her own rebound, finishing what she started.
Pass inside. Oh, my goodness. So that pass was intercepted by Maura Shore, and Perkins just ripped it out of her hands and then got fouled. Wow. Because of Maya Harches. Wow. I mean, that doesn't speak to the strength of Samari there. Just taking that pass back. There's a couple of students down there, and every time the Comets have been pump faking threes, there's a couple of guys standing up there ready to celebrate it. Nash with the pump fake. It led to a turnover, and that's a miss. Bad one from Angelski, who had all day to think about that shot and then shot it over the rim.
Maybe a little bit too open.
Yeah. Not confident in that shot, and it looked it on the attempt. Comets then knock it out of bounds on the rebound attempt. 18 to work with. Plachta at the top of the key. Calls for the screen with a head nod. Doesn't get a screen. Kicks out wide open is Harches. No good. Rebound goes to Plachta. This is a very strange man-to-man alignment here as Perkins is stuck guarding Harches. She's trying to switch onto her player. Harches can't get the basket to go. Perkins gets the rebound.
Nice job by Ellis by closing out.
And Harches had the mismatch she wanted there and was able to get an open look, but didn't knock it down. Timeout called by Capital. 2:28 to play. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So let's stay here again.
Yeah, that switch up to a man was different. Definitely different.
Yeah, and just kind of a mismatch there as Perkins somehow, I think on the inbound, got stuck on a screen, so she had to stick with Harchis, and Plachta had a good matchup with Jordan. The entire sequence, Perkins was trying to get back to her player. Jordan didn't get the memo, and it led to an open look for Case. And in the scramble, Harchis not able to get the shot to go. 11 points for Harchis, but on 4 of 12 shooting. Plachta with 13 points on 4 of 15 shooting. Shore has a double-double with 10 points on 5 of 11 shooting. Perkins has 19 and 15, 8 for 14 shooting. Take Samari's 8 for 14 out of the equation, which is 57%. We'll finish that point in a second as the Comets go back to work here. 2:20 to play. The Comets are 10 for 44 from the field at 22% when it's not Samari Perkins shooting the basketball. Julia Nash will go to the line.
It was a great backdoor cut by Nash to get the open lane, but obviously fouled on the attempt.
Outside of screen shooting from outside in support of Perkins, it's really been Nash here in the second half who's had the aggressiveness to get to the basket and do something with it. She is 2 for 3 from the free throw line now this season. A freshman, and maybe some of that confidence is starting to come for Julia here in game number 3.
Yeah, she got 30 minutes already. Sorry, excuse me.
Gets the basket to
No,
go.
30 minutes.
No, you're right there. Yeah, big minutes for all the starters today, playing over 30 minutes apiece. Comets lead by 1 with Nash making the second free throw. Harchis showing off the handles, if you will. Plachta driving it across her Mellis, gets swatted in the face by Perkins, and I don't think Samari meant to smack her in the face like that, and Samari, they want a flagrant called here. Samari obviously was trying to block the ball.
They've been trying to do that underhand layup the whole second half, and the Comets have been picking up on it. They've already had, I think, 2 blocks.
I think they're going to review. They have the benefit. They have the benefit of our broadcast as the
good old Flow Sports.
Yeah, good old Flow Sports, and they'll run it back here. Hopefully, my boy Jimmy out there on the camera got a good shot at that. I don't know if he can hear us or not, but Jimmy Spock doing our soccer color for us this past season. He's working the main camera down there in the second half here. So we'll take a look at it. I mean, I don't know where you stand on this, Mike, but to me, she was going for the ball.
I thought it was all ball. You know, clearly you said that she was trying to go for all ball. It sounded like she smacked only the ball.
Well, she is bleeding, I believe, on her face. So, I mean,
that was a powerful block.
Oh, yeah.
Samari's strong.
I think she got smacked right in the face. But, again, it's an unintentional basketball play.
Especially when you're taking a shot like that against Perkins, who's
we're in the
a
final
menace in the paint.
We're in the final 2 minutes of a game here, and that's a basket that would potentially give Case Western the lead. So they're talking this over. They've seen the replay. I don't know what the replay really would have shown you that we didn't see already live. I mean, again, there's a difference between going in and aggressively punching someone in the face or hitting someone in the face and accidentally getting it. And Perkins goes over and, shakes a hand of the player. It's going to be no flagrant here. It's just an unfortunate situation that she got hit in the face there. But, I mean, if you were to put that as a flagrant, I'd have a big issue with that. So Samari gets the common foul, as they call it, with now her third personal. That's the other side of that, Mike. If it would have been a fourth foul, or a flagrant foul, would have been a fourth foul put on to Samari as well.
It's a whole different ball game.
So, she's still at 3. It makes a big impact.
That changes a lot because then she can't play as aggressive as she wants to be.
Right. So Plachta gets the first to go, misses the second. And we'll see how her defense plays in here after taking the shot to the face. 45 up, 140 to play. good finish to this one here at the Capitol Center. Perkins looking for someone to get this ball off to. Finally gets it to Jordan. Jordan has a good look on the drive. No good. Perkins goes and grabs it. 2 shooters calling for it. Perkins says, I'm taking it to the rim, and she's called for the charge. Biz Watson has played big minutes here in the second half, and she gets a huge call there, the benefit of a charge on Samari Perkins, who had 2 open shooters to kick out to. I'm not faulting her for going to the cup there, but she did have 2 options. She said, I'm taking this to the rack. And Watson, as a brave soul, standing there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was only a matter of time until she got called for one of those, because she's been doing that all year. She's even done it her whole career. She, just pure aggression to the basket.
Comets get the ball right back. Yeah, it takes a brave individual to stand under the basket and let Samari run through you. That's what Biz Watson did. Samari has 4 fouls now, so that is of note here as we enter the final minute. Nash, kick out to the right wing. This is Kaya Jordan. Gets the screen from Perkins. Drives left side. Spreen open. Top of your screen for 3. No good. Rebound. Ellis off a tip from Perkins. 20 seconds reset to the shot clock. 42 to play. Jordan fakes right. Goes left. Spreen. How about another try? No good from back iron. Rebound, Case Western. Coach Reimer wants them to push. Try to find something in transition. Plachta has a top of the key option to Harchis. She drives into the paint. Now back to Plachta. Drives left side for the scoop layup. No good. Comets can hold for the last shot. Timeout called by Coach McPherson. Very interesting sequence there, Mike, as Coach Reimer called for them to push as opposed to set a play up there. Thought she saw something in transition.
I mean, with just under a minute left to play, you would think, I mean, with this close of a game, you want to, slow things down and make sure, put the pressure on Capital. If I was Case Western, I would slow it down, try to shoot under 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Agree.
And that puts all the pressure on Capital to go out and make a good shot and even get a good shot.
Very interesting. Obviously, they trusted their players, but I think the initial push isn't a bad idea. But once the first push doesn't work and now you're into that half-court set, I think that would have been the time to take the timeout. If your Case reset things in the middle of your possession, instead I think they got into too much of an urgency there and shot a bad shot with 20 seconds on the clock. Now the Comets have all day to set something up here. And, I mean, you've got to draw this up for Samari, I would think. You have options on the outside with Nash and Spreen that can make a 3, but I would expect to see some sort of clear out for Samari here. Preseason All-American watch list, first player in program history to be named to that. I believe I read that. And so Samari, this is her spot.
She's been leading the whole game.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but
no, you're good.
She's been leading the charge, 19 points, 16 rebounds, and look at the rest of the team, shooting quarter from beyond the arc. So I think it would go to Samari here. Obviously,
Case knows that, so we'll see what happens defensively here. 13 seconds on the game clock, and the shot clock is turned off. They start the last sequence with 8 seconds. Jordan on the clear out, drives, no good. Rebound collected by Case Western, timeout called by Case Western. 1.9 seconds on the clock, and I think they'll review the time maybe if they can. But I believe that there should be a little bit extra time on the clock. They're going to talk about that now. So there's the drawed up play. They put Samari up at the top of your screen to the left side of the attack. She doesn't get a touch that sequence, Mike.
I think it was just a blown up play. I think something went wrong. I think Case Western, showed a lot of pressure and just forced that. It just looked uncomfortable from Jordan.
Not good there. I think it's not a bad look for Jordan.
Not at all.
You would love your best player to get a touch. If Samari decides to go with another option, that's Samari's choice, I think. But not to question the coaching too much, but that's a tough sequence there. And I think Case kind of got what they wanted. The time just ran down. The Comets didn't do anything with that sequence. It ended up into a scramble drill. And Jordan with a good look at the rim, but those haven't been falling tonight. It doesn't fall now. They did not add any time to the clock, so there's 1.9 seconds left. The ball should advance here, right? I guess not, as they're going to be inbounding from under their basket.
Oh.
I would have thought that it advances here.
I guess they're going to try for a Hail Mary.
Yeah, so, I mean,
You
they're
got
going to
to.
set something up for a half-court heave. What's going on now? Ball's inbounded.
Whoa.
Is the clock, is this over? Is there a timeout called? What happened here? That's my time, I heard the official say. And I believe Case called a second timeout after seeing a look at the Comets' defense. Boy, that was almost a disaster to throw away. I mean, this is a less than 2% chance anyway of making a half-court shot, but you want to at least give yourself the option for sure.
Right. It looks like they're going to advance.
And now they're going to inbound the ball.
Time's back on the clock.
So I don't know why the ball was advanced this time versus the other time. I'd have to check into the rule on that. But
Yeah, I don't think the guys down there in stripes know either.
yeah, I don't even have a speculation of to why it advanced this time versus the other time. All right, so this is an interesting lineup now. You've got 4 players stacked at half court at the top of your screen to the right. And you've got the ball being inbounded at the bottom of your screen to the left. They all crash into the corner. Top of the key, there's 3 players. Got to get the ball in here. It goes in. Impossible shot off of the rim.
Almost.
From Harchis, but it misses. And Cap almost fouled, but oh, man. 40 minutes wasn't enough to decide this one. Shocker. You can see, well, I guess it's right off your screen to the left there. Dennison was ready to get started on their warm-ups, but they're going to have to wait. We've got overtime here from the Capitol Center. We'll be right back with the overtime period right after this on the Capitol Sports Network. Welcome back to the Capitol Center. Opening tip of the overtime goes to the Comets. It was actually Shore who won the tip, but it went right to Jordan. So the Comets get the first possession here. 5 minutes on the clock for OT between Case Western and the Comets. Pass goes into Ellis, walks around a double team, and gets the bucket.
Ellis had the initial back door open that Jordan missed, but that was a great job by, I believe, Nash? Did Nash?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a great find by Nash.
So they have the lead. And remember, Samari's got 4 fouls, so if she fouls out of this period, that would change things quite a bit. 3 ball from Case. It's Maya Roberts. 2 for 23 from 3. And Case Western takes the lead back, 48-47. Ellis goes right into Samari Perkins, who's fouled by Shore. Shore has 4 fouls now. Roberts has 4 fouls. Good crowd filing in for the men's game. Shout out to the football squad. They've been out here supporting all the other athletics here. They were at the soccer playoff game a couple weeks ago here at the women's soccer game. And they're showing up tonight for the doubleheader.
That's what you love to see. The other athletes supporting other athletes. That's what's so good about Capitol.
Mike is a member of the baseball team here at Capitol. Samari gets the basket on the free throw, 48-48 now.
I wish I could say that people come to our games, but they usually don't. But
we got to get you guys that field on campus. I don't know where that
That's what I'm saying.
stands, but
yeah, there's plans somewhere.
yeah, they've been talking about it for a few years here, but maybe I shouldn't be saying that over the year. Anyway, Harchis has the ball in the sequence here for Case now. Tied up as Perkins splits a pair at the line. Jordan call to the right. It's Harches for three, and they were feeling the hot hand from out there after making their second of the game, but they don't get this one to go. 2 for 24. Jordan over to Julia Nash. She's been playing with a new level of confidence here in the second half. 8 points, 5 rebounds from the right elbow. She's got 10. Comets have the lead, 50-48. On the response, it's Case. 3:20 to play. Plachta calls for the screen. Here comes Biz to lay it. Nice poke from Ellis. Oh, it goes right back to Plachta. Bad luck for the Comets. Tahira has been killing it on the offensive end. Kick out for Roberts. Traveling called. Coach Reimer can't believe it.
It's been a struggle all game for both teams.
It has. They've been calling that aggressively tonight, we'll say.
Yeah, they call that aggressively, but not many other fouls.
That's true. Letting them play otherwise. Very technical nights of refereeing, I guess.
That's why they get paid.
Spreen gets the handoff from Jordan, gives it back to Jordan on the underhand flip. Ellis to a cutting Perkins. Nice finish. Samari's got 22 points and 17 rebounds. Ridiculous numbers again from Samari Perkins.
Think she's got 20 rebounds in her tonight?
She probably does. Might be the new, or the double-double might be the new 2020 for Samari Perkins. She had 30 and 14 in game one, 19 and 19 in game two.
That was a great cut by Harches.
Yeah, Harches. 13 points for her. 3 in double figures for Case. The Comets have now Nash with 10 and Perkins with 22 as they're only in double figures. Jordan. Turnaround,
Nice
jump shot,
spin.
good.
What a spin move by Jordan.
This has been a different Capital team here in overtime. Like, where was this all night?
Yeah, all those other stats don't matter. What matters is right now what's right in front of you.
Comets are 4 for 4 shooting in this overtime period, and it's everybody chipping in. Call from 3, now steps into a 2, and wow, I cannot believe that went in.
That's a tough shot, but I think it's her jump shot that set up that shot so well, because she had her defender close out right in front of her, but her jump shot's off to the side, so it went right around her.
Oh, nice split from Ellis to the basket. Tahira Ellis gets the basket.
Tahira Ellis up to 9 points now, 10 rebounds, almost double-double of her own.
4 of the Comets have scored in the overtime. The only one that hasn't is Spreen. Keep an eye on that. Scoop layup. Perkins can't foul, doesn't foul, and then gets the rebound, number 18 for her. Jordan now with a minute left. Comets lead by 4. Jordan drives in, kick out. Do not shoot that. Nash doesn't. You got to play the clock here. 48 seconds, 12 on the shot clock. They can take this down to about 35 seconds. Nash dribbles it off her foot, and Watson gets the pickup. Double teamed. Case has 1 timeout left. They do not use it. Into traffic. Oh, it's going to stay here. I believe Spreen got a piece of it as Harches drived in and dropped it short.
Didn't look like anybody touched it.
No. I mean, it must have been Spreen. They don't seem too upset with the call, so she might have got a piece. Here's Biz Watson. Case has got to go here. 24 seconds left in the game. From 3, it's Harches, no good. Rebound, Samari Perkins, fouled by Biz Watson. Samari Perkins, 22 points, 19 rebounds. OAC Player of the Week ×3 might be on the way.
I wouldn't be surprised.
She's got another game Saturday against Bethany here in this Capitol Center on 1 o'clock start on Saturday. Another doubleheader here. Reminder after this one, we've got the men's game against Denison. Let's finish this one out. Samari at the line. Wow, it got real quiet in here. Makes the first free throw. Sounds like no one's in this gym all of a sudden. I feel like I need to whisper almost, like it's a golf outing. 1 dribble, Perkins doesn't make the second free throw. Rebound to Jordan, you got to foul here if you're Case. They have no choice, and they wasted a few seconds there as Harches is going to pick up the foul.
These free throws, key for Capital, just to put the icing on the cake, the final nail in the coffin.
2 more here would make it a 7-point lead and obviously make it a 3-possession game. It is a double bonus situation. That was the 5th team foul. Here's Jordan at the line. 0 for 1 tonight. 1 for 2 tonight. And she's now 6 for 10 on the season. 7 points, 8 points, excuse me. Now 9. 3 of 11 shooting. And 2 big free throws there from the sophomore out of Gehenna. 30-second timeout. Comets lead by 7, which is their largest lead of the game. Go figure. We've been playing, what, a 1-possession game basically for 80% of this game.
Pretty much.
We go to overtime, and all of a sudden, all of the contributors around Samari find their game all at once. And it's a nice thing there for the Comets.
And that's what they've been successful at so far. Like that late push late in the game just to close it out. Because I can think back to the home opener. Like they started off ice cold and they got down to like an 11-point lead, but they came out after halftime, secured it, and it's just like you said, those bench players and those surrounding players around Samari finding their game late.
Yep.
It's the
I
contributor
think it
to
says
success.
a lot to the coaching there with Perkins and Jordan being the only 2 of the 5 on the floor that played those kind of closeout minutes last year for this Capital team. Those 2 have been a steady force for the Comets. Timeout called by Coach McPherson. I mean, Bree O'Connor was the go-to player, obviously, down the stretch to score points, let alone just be out there as the calming presence. And, you know, you've lost Lainey Murphy, who made some big shots for this team, and Weiland, who's your defensive presence down low. That's your closeout lineup with Jordan and Perkins and those 3. Now those 3 are out of the equation. All of a sudden, Kaya Jordan is now called upon as one of the key players after kind of just being out there as the 5th player last season. And again, you have a junior in Spreen, a junior in Ellis, but they're not a part of that type of closeout lineup from last year. So this is very interesting to see how successful they've been in tense, close situations at the end of games. And you've got that calming force of Samari still out there, which helps. So Biz Watson fouls Perkins. And I actually like this from Coach McPherson. That play was designed to go into Samari. And she's having a rough day at the line, 4 of 10. But this is your coach saying, you're our player. Go out there and knock down some free throws for us. She misses the first. But I like the confidence in your star. 4 for 12. Get all these misses out of the way today, Samari. Plachta gets it across the timeline. 2 points works here for the Case side, but the layup from Arches is no good. They're going to say the game's over. Thank you for doing that, not putting .2 on the clock for that free throw that they probably should have. The game is over. 59-54. Comets with a 14-point overtime. So, Mike, they scored 10, 10, 12, and 13 in the first 4 quarters. And what do you know? A perfect 5 for 5 from the field in a 14-point overtime to close out the win.
That's what you like to see. I mean, it was pretty neck and neck the whole time. Like both teams kind of struggling to find the consistency. You know, we said that all game. But then overtime hit, and then it just seemed like everybody locked in.
The other players around Samari just found their game all at once. So if the Comets play what they did in that overtime for a 40-minute effort, they're going to be a tough team to beat here in the OAC. So the Comets move to 3-0. They're undefeated. Spartans pick up their first loss. 3-1 for them on the year. Refresh your stream. Go over to the men's schedule. Pop open your broadcast from there because we've got basketball game 2 coming up next. Denison versus Capital on the men's side. Starting in about 30 minutes here at the Capital Center. We'll see you there on the Capital Sports Network.